Hey there, Adam here. Today I want to do my second video and first substantive video, really, on my journey, start to finish, on buying a new piece of investment property. So on the first video, I basically just went through the how this series was going to work, going to go start to finish, share as much detail as possible while still protecting the privacy of the agents, the buyers, and my business partner. I But other than that, trying to provide as much detail as possible. So today I'm going to show some emails, and I'm going to sort of go through where we're at with finding an agent and getting this process started. So this industry is all about just getting started. You got to just get your feet in the water. You got to just start looking, and you need to find people to help you start looking. If you know you've got the money and the willingness to start trying to actually purchase something, you just got to do it. And the easiest way to get started is to find a real estate agent to help you with the process, because that they get paid if they help you buy something. So if you're serious about this, start trying to find a real estate agent. So what I decided to do first was reach out to my commercial real estate agent or my residential real estate agent that I knew from purchasing my house in Charlotte about a year ago. So that's what I did. I reached out to him first because he knew, since I'd closed on a property a year ago, he knew I was serious about spending money. And that will definitely speed up the process if you have some previous experience with them. If you don't have any previous experience with somebody, then with a real estate agent, I would suggest you reach out to your personal network and get them to recommend a real estate agent to you, and then use your friend's name when you reach out the first time. This business is all about connections and referrals. Real estate is all about who you know. So let me pull open my screen so we can start really jumping in. So here's my first email I sent to my real estate agent that helped me last year with my property here in Charlotte. I basically started out by telling him, thanks for helping me buy a property, to make sure he remembered who I was, which he did. He's a very good real estate agent. He knew a lot of the details about our previous transaction. I told him that I currently had commercial properties, basically setting the stage for some credibility in the space, a little bit of motivation. And then I told him I had a business partner, and then here's sort of the meat of it, is I gave him my breakdown of my criteria so that he could understand where I'm coming from and decide if he could help me or if he wanted to have somebody else help me. So maximum price of $1 million. And I get to this in my last video in more detail. The area is in Charlotte or Raleigh, North Carolina. Property type is either multifamily, residential, or some commercial, most likely self-storage or laundromats or general warehousing. And I mentioned that multifamily is the most likely, and I think it still is. Financing, we'll get into some more when we get to that point, but we have the funds to do traditional financing at 20 to 30% down payment, or I am open to seller financing or subject to mortgages or some other creative stuff, which, again, when that comes up, if that comes up, I will spend some more time talking about. But then I asked, do you do commercial? If not, let me know. And his response was, let's get on a phone call. So that's what we did. I got on a phone call with this realtor and my business partner, and we just sort of talked through the criteria again, and he told me that he was going to connect me with one of his commercial broker partners that he has, that he doesn't really specifically do commercial, but he's going to connect me with somebody, which is sort of what I expected. I expected that was a likely way for that to go, because most of these guys sort of specialize in one area or another. So I totally got that. And again, this is a referral-based business. He's a good real estate agent. So if he refers me to somebody and says, this guy, says that I am able to close on deals, I'm going to get a lot more attention. That's just the reality of it. We then had some just discussions about the current market. We talked about interest rates rising. And, this is going to come up in every conversation. It gets a little tedious to some degree, and everybody knows at this point, interest rates are going up. Property sales are down. It's becoming more and more difficult due to the rate environment. And he also said that the cap rates for multifamily properties, at least in the Charlotte area, are currently closer to 5%. I was talking about wanting 6 to 7. He says they're about 5%, which again doesn't surprise me. And if we could find something at 5% cap rate, I factoring in the increase, that's factored in the increased interest rates. If we can find something at 5% at the current interest rate market, then that is fine. Depending on the property, as long as it's got a nice long rental history, I can make 5% work. Especially since I think we'll probably be able to refinance at some point, and that'll increase the cap rate. And that was sort of the heart of that conversation. So then we followed up. So a couple days later, I got an email from my residential realtor friend. He sent me this saying I wanted to introduce me to his multifamily broker in Charlotte. So I then got a follow-up email from the broker saying basically that we're going to meet and talk with him next week, and he's going to go ahead and get some properties to put together for us to get the ball rolling. So you can see this guy specifically works in Charlotte, which is fine. My business partner, like I said, is in Raleigh. He is reaching out to his realtor. I suspect we will probably have one realtor in Charlotte, one realtor in Raleigh. One in each location is probably what'll end up happening, which will work out just fine. So I've sort of got the ball rolling in the Charlotte area. This guy's apparently specifically focused on multifamily. So, it'll be interesting to see how much experience he has with just general commercial, since it's not specifically mentioned. So that's going to be a question I'm going to have for him, because I'm pretty interested in both. And if he doesn't do general commercial, I'll probably ask him to find a referral for somebody that also does, either I can use both of them, or a different guy, or I guess gal, who does general commercial, because I really would like to look into that asset class. I think it may be a very good asset class in this market. I think residential rentals are perhaps a little too hot still, and the prices have not really come down. So that's sort of where we're at. I thought this was probably enough information to give you an update. I expect my next update will be after I've gotten all the realtors on board, and we actually have some properties to discuss. So I expect that the next video will probably have some numbers, which is good. Everybody loves numbers. So I will probably leave things here at that point. If you have any questions about this process, I am definitely leveraging previous connections, and everybody has connections. Everybody knows somebody. You just gotta reach out to people and say that you're looking to buy properties, if that's what you're looking to do. And as long as people know you're serious, they get paid to help. They want to talk to you. You just need to remember that they want to talk to you. They make money by talking to you. You are not a burden on their time if you're serious about it. But if you are serious, I wouldn't do this. You don't want to mess around. If you are serious about it, come up with your criteria. Write it down. Know what you're working at, and if you find the right property, just do it. Get it under contract. All right. Thanks. If you have any questions, let me know. Bye.